So it's hard to tell when you're at the peak, whether it's a roller coaster or whether it's the market. It's kind of hard to tell when you're at the peak. It's unmistakable when you know that you're past that peak and you're on the way back down. And we're starting to see some signs that are showing we may be past the peak and maybe past that top of the extreme seller's market. Things might be heading back down. So let's talk about yet another sign. This is Steve, real estate agent with the Malone Realty Group. So here's what we've been talking about the last couple of weeks. We've been talking about the ramping up of this extreme seller's market. Things just haven't been changing. Things have been changing over the last couple of weeks. One of the big signs has been the interest rates have started to creep up a little bit, and the number of new home mortgage applications has started to fall a little bit. So that's one. Number two, new home construction prices. Obviously, the big talk right now is lumber at the beginning of June. If you're building a house, yeah, lumber costs about $1 billion per pound to something like that, give or take. It's pretty expensive right now, though, based on the fact that there's just not a lot out there right now. So that's slowing down the new home construction. So for that reason, you think that there's less demand or less supply, I should say. But we're finally getting to the point where the buyers are starting to say, you know what, we're going to start pulling out. So we've seen less buyers putting in for new home mortgage applications. We're starting to see a few more homes expire or withdraw from the market. And what that basically means is that they're just taken off the market. They're not sold, they're just taken off the market. We're starting to see more and more homes that are taken off the market, and there might be some frustration between the sellers and the buyers right now, between what the buyers are expecting, what the sellers are expecting, and the buyers may be just a little tired of it. We're also seeing more homes go on the market finally, and we're seeing this new piece of information that just came out. And I want to show you this. This was furnished to us by, I believe, it was NAR. It's the Home Purchase Sentiment Index. Okay, so as you look at it, and I'm going to step over and just put it right here. As we take a look at this chart, what you see is basically you see the chart going up, and then there's a little hiccup around April, May last year. If you don't remember, that was when we had Corona kind of take over everything. And then people basically say it's a terrible time to sell your home because it measures it's the percentage of people that says that this is a good time to sell. So there's a dip, and I'm going to open up the chart so you can take a closer look at it. As you can see, the biggest spike happened back in 2018, and it was holding pretty steady in that time period. But then it dipped because of COVID. Now it's back up. That number's back up to pretty close to where it was just a couple years ago. Now this is an upstream number as far as what to expect sales-wise. People have to think to themselves, "This is a great time to sell their house." Then they start saying, "All right, let's sell my house, get the house ready to, and da da da." And then all of a sudden, the houses are on the market. So this might be something that takes a month to 2 months for it to really materialize and really bear fruit. But the indications are there that the sellers are starting to think, "Okay, now this is a great time. Let's go ahead and let's sell our house." And again, that could also coincide with some buyers pulling out of the market, saying, "You know what? We're done. We can't do this anymore," because a lot of these buyers have been at this for months and months and months, and they are just frustrated. I've been dealing with some of them myself. So they are frustrated right now. They're ready to be away from the market and be done. So you coincide the fact that you're going to have fewer buyers and more sellers, and the fact that the rates are going up a little bit. Yeah, it's starting to look like we're over that hump, and I think things are going to start to relax a little bit. Does that mean it's going to be a buyer's market? No, it's going to take a long time to get to a buyer's market. But this is not this hair on fire, everything on fire market that we've been dealing with. This is just going to be a very strong seller's market, but not a super crazy hair on fire market. So another indication that things are starting to change, and they will continue to change too, especially as we head through the summertime and people are looking to sell their house finally. People may have been looking to sell their house last year. They waited because of COVID. They may be looking to get in this year. So if you're selling, we're now at the point where it's very important to be priced right and strategically staged, looking the part. So you got to be ready when you get on the market. So let's talk about getting your house in a position, because now you have competition coming back, and that's important. Number two, if you're buying, you may start to have more opportunities. You may start to have more options. So you're going to need somebody to help you walk you through those options to be sure that you are getting the best deal possible and you're not overpaying because maybe the market's changing and maybe you don't have to overpay quite as much. So you need somebody in your corner who's going to help you with that as well. Give us a call. We'll walk you through it, 470-233-4409. This is Steve, Malone Realty Group. Y'all have a good day.